What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Happy New Year to everyone. This is the first week of the of January. We really had a great just a great time during Christmas and over the holidays itself and the New Year's. Just really want to express how much I really appreciate everybody following along during all my builds. At the end of the right there, right after Christmas, I did a kind of a photo montage on my Facebook and Instagram of all the builds that came off the bench right here. I think I had a total of 9. 8 that I showed in the photo montage. One comes out January, I think January the 14th for the Unified Scale Auto Content Creators of YouTube's group build. That's the 55 F100 kit that was chosen by my buddy over there at Model Car Videos, Mr. Matthew Inman. And really do want to express a big shout out to the Lucas C channel, as well as my buddy over at HobbyDude 007, Mark Batson. They've been hosting this Unified Scale Auto Content Creators of YouTube's group build for the past 3 years, and I've been honored to join in on each and every one of them. I really look forward to it this year. So I look forward to seeing everybody's video drop out. Don't forget to on that date, post your videos, your final videos, whether you're finished or not. Give us an update on it. But we're going to try to hit everything. Mine's scheduled to drop at midnight on the 14th. So really looking forward to that as well and seeing everyone else's. But don't forget, get ready to finish up this Unified Scale Auto Content Creators of YouTube. But appreciate all the comments and everybody following along on the channel last year and all the great comments. Really did had a great time going to all the shows this year and getting to meet all you fine gentlemen and ladies. There's a lot of female builders out there that come up. They build along with their husbands, boyfriends, and it's really fun to get to see y'all at all the shows. But speaking of shows, this one is coming up. This is the 17th annual South Carolina Modelers Association's Hope It Don't Snow show and contest. It's held at the Marriott Hotel Ballroom in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So this year's theme is going to be animals, any vehicle that uses an animal as its name. So get creative, folks. But this is going to be the first show that we'll attend this year. I had plans on going to Chattanooga this weekend, but we had some occurrences happen around the house over the holidays with a hot water heater busting, things like that. So I've been tending to that. So that kind of put the skids on going to Chattanooga this weekend. But we're definitely going to make it up to this Hope It Don't Snow show, hosted by this fine model group, South Carolina Modeler Association, SCMA. They put on a great show each year. I've attended this one last year as well as the one in Simpsonville, and I want to hit another show that they sponsor in South Carolina. I want to go to doing the Charleston here sometime, so we might throw that one into the slate this year as well. But really looking forward to this. So anyone that's coming to the Hope It Don't Snow show on January the 20th, just a couple of weeks away, look forward to seeing everyone there. I'll have some of my older bills and some of my newer. I might have a couple of newer ones on the table, so looking forward to that. I'll have some shop cards and stickers with me. Hope to see y'all soon. Wanted to start off tonight with I got a new build. Actually, I got a few new builds that's coming across the bench here. As you can tell, once I get something off a bench, I always get something back in there. This is one that, before I show you that, I want to bring this one up. My old buddy over at Mr. Tim Brown over at the Power of the Throttle, over at Throttle Power. If y'all aren't subscribed to Tim, I'll leave a link down in the bottom of the description here, how to get to his, but I am pretty sure most of you are sub to Tim over at Throttle Power. But he goes around to a lot of local rod runs, car shows around his area. He loves doing this, and I love watching his channel due to the fact that I get a lot of inspiration from watching that. This is one that he did a couple of years ago. I think it was a couple of years ago, but he and I were talking here recently about this particular 55 Chevrolet that he that he did some coverage on at one of the 1-to-1 scale car shows he goes to. He and I were talking one night, and I showed him something that I had found on Facebook, and he said, "Oh, I did some coverage on that a while back," and he was gracious enough back before Christmas to redo that on his channel. And I got some great detail photos of this particular 55 Chevrolet Gasser. And Tim, thank you very much. I know we've been talking pretty good bit about this. It's actually kind of spurred up some 55 Chevrolets that he and I'm going to build this one. He's got another one that he had taken pictures of that he's going to kind of do, and we're going to try to bring them to Atlanta coming up at the end of this year. But I got a good start on this one right here. Let me show y'all what I am doing. Let me set my iPad off over here to the side. I got to looking at different kits on this, and I'm going to show y'all what I've got done all of a sudden here in a minute. But this was the kit that I was going to start off with, which is the new Revell 55, Chevy 55 Bel Air, Street Machine 2-in-1. And I got to looking at it, and it was just, I don't know, the body wasn't that good, but it's got some dang good gasser front springs and straight axles and things like that. Great set of a great set of wheels that I like, and I'm going to incorporate them in there as well. So, really all that's coming out of this kit donation-wise is just the front springs. That was all I was going to use out of it. So, we took the body that I selected for the donor, come out of this kit right here. This is the AMT Ertl 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air sedan, and I'll show y'all here just in a minute. I'll bring all the pieces in, and the body is more it's more period correct for that particular car, but it's more looks more like the it doesn't have the I know me and Sluggo was talking last night on Seniors Chat about the wheel well openings right here on the Revell kit. They are rounded where these are more squared off, and I like this one a lot better. So anyhow, that's I'm going to use the body out of this, and I'll show you the pieces that's being donated out of that. As far as the frame, I'm not going to use the frame out of the AMT Ertl kit. Of course, I'm going to use the old reliable. Man, I tell you what, this body, this frame out from this AMT 67 Chevelle Pro Street kit, it goes up under anything, whether you're Pro Streeting it or whether you're making a gasser out of it also. And I'll show you some of the things that I did to make this body fit this particular 55 Chevrolet. I did use this, I used this frame in the 55 Pro Street series that I did last year. And I showed everybody how to adapt it. It's a great center-to-center as far as on the wheel wells itself. Really, all you have to do is widen the frame a little bit to get it to fit up under there, and I'll show y'all what I did here just in a second. Let's bring the body over into here, and I've already got a lot mocked up, so I've been kind of busy with this week. But what we did, and I'll flip it over right here. We was talking earlier about how I widen these particular bodies, or I'm sorry, not body, but the frame. I add a piece of styrene from the original edge right here out this way. This frame is actually too narrow for this body. So what I do is I add styrene right in here and right in here on this side right here from fender well to fender well. And then I take just a piece of half round styrene, which is the evergreen styrene. I forget the number on it. But if you don't know what the half round number is, hit me up in the direct message below, and I'll be glad to tell y'all what number it is in the evergreen line. But that way it fills up that gap down through here, and it looks very much like the rolled floor pans right here that they've got in this. So, and it fits in here very well. And then the other things that I had to do to make this thing fit was I had to kind of grind these wheel tubs in a little bit, narrow them in this way to where it fits down in there. The other thing that I did was cut off this little triangular looking tab back here to where it sits flush back in this area. And then I had to add a piece of styrene on the inside of the trunk right here to where that sets down in there. That way you've got a nice, good flat area right in here. The other thing that you may notice also is I had to cut the fender wells out. They're part of the molded into this as well. So that's not too hard, and then we grafted everything in. On this original '67 Chevelle frame, it's got, of course, it uses A-arm suspension. This is going to be a gasser suspension. So I filled up a lot of holes that were in here. So I had to fill it up on this motocross member right here. I filled that in with some styrene, got that sanded in and smoothed out real nicely so you don't even see it no more. I had some holes right here that I had to fill in with some round rod, and I had to add a little section, a little tab right here to this to where the front gasser springs set on here. Another thing that I did, and if you can tell, let me kind of get the camera. I made a gasser straight axle front end out of some I-beam stock from the Evergreen Styrene company. Took some round, made a pitman arm and an axle out on this. We drilled some holes in here, which is it's period correct for that type of gasser back in the day. I'm gonna put me a couple of more holes in this front suspension right here to kind of give it a little bit. And also, what we did, that if you've got the AMT 55 kit, if you look right in here, I cut probably about a eighth of an inch off of this front valance right here. That way it doesn't look so thick. That way it shows up a lot more of the frame and a lot more of this gasser. It gives it a taller looking stance. As far as the rear end, I went out into my parts donor box and I found an old Dana 60 with some leaf springs that would fit everything. I found center of the fender wells right here, so I made me a mark in here. We mocked everything up. We glued these in as far as the springs onto the frame. That way we could get positioning on the center right here, and then we got everything glued in. This is just tacked on for the time being. I'm taking this off pretty soon to as far as all this rear end. This is all glued in. It'll stay the same. But once we start painting, I'll show y'all what I'll do after that. I also had to narrow this down because the tires and the wheel package that I'm going to be using, of course, I'm using the big Pro Street meats out of the 67 Chevelle, but I'm using the wheels that come out of the 55 Chevrolet Revell kit and their backing. So once we get those mounted in the positioning, they're not tucked up under there like a Pro Street. It'll have, let me see if I can kind of get that kind of semi-mocked up. It'll be about that high in the rear. So it'll have a gasser stance to it where it's, higher in the front, a little bit lower in the rear. But it looks so much, it really does resemble the stance that's on that green 55 that Tim did a video on. So these are the tires and wheels. Here's the little skinnies that we're going to be using for the front of this. See if I can get that kind of mocked up. It'll be about that high in the front. So I think it's got that real good looking gasser stance to where it's kind of, jacked up like that. Let's see, where else we got? We're going to remove a lot of the badging right here. We're going to leave the spear that is, normal to a 55 because that's how it is on the original car. But I'm going to take the Bel Air and the Bel Air badging off right here. We'll smooth that out with a chisel point X-Acto blade, and then we'll smooth that up with some sandpaper later on. That's pretty much it right there. We'll talk about the interior. Let me set this over here, get this out of the side. I'm going to take the interior from the 67 Chevelle Pro Street and utilize it. The only other thing that we're probably going to have to do to this is once I got to looking, I think it's going to be maybe about an eighth of an inch too short, so we'll have to add on just a little bit right in here to get it to where these door panel cards will line up with the top and the bottom of the interior pan right there. I'm going to use, and the 67 Chevelle does not have a rear seat in it because it's a Pro Street kit. It's got this beautiful looking Chevrolet bow tie for the back package tray. Matter of fact, I've already cut the package tray off because it's too short. So we're pulling that package tray off. We're going to lengthen it out, make it something more custom to that, and set this down in there. And then I'll probably do a kind of the seats are white in that car, so we'll do some white seats. I still got to pick those out here pretty soon. So still haven't got too much in that. I'm working with the radiator core support, got it smoothed up. We're going to reuse that. And we're going to retain the 55 Chevrolet Bel Air dash that come out of the AMT Ertl kit. Engine, thanks for asking. I'm going to get to the engine here in a second. Y'all can tell I'm really excited about this, and we're going to go with the same colors on that car, and we'll talk about the colors here in a minute. I'm taking the engine, though, out of the 67 Chevelle Pro Street. The engine that's in the original 1-to-1 scale 55, it's a blown small block. You know, I'm going to take my creative liberties, and I'm going to put a big block Chevrolet 396 in it. So I've already got I've got everything cut out of that particular engine. Laying over here to the side, I took the blower. Where did I get the blower from? I think the blower came out of the 55 kit, if I ain't mistaken, the Revell kit. So I'm going to take that, have 2 4s sitting on top of here. We're going to have a set of velocity stacks sticking off of it with a set of off of the carbs, and then we'll have the Parts by Park air cleaner sitting on top of those. And that will pretty much round all that out. But that's really, really, really going to look good, I think, for this particular kit. But hope everybody, I'll give y'all more updates on it as we're going. We were talking about the color earlier. Tim in the video, Tim's video, he and the gentleman that owns the 1-to-1 scale car said that it's a metallic silver roof, which this part right in here will be a metallic silver. The trunk's metallic silver. The side panel right here is metallic silver. But all the green is the Stacy David green is what it's called. So it's it's a metallic green and a metallic silver. And we'll get that. We'll get all that. I've already got the Tamiya paints ready to spray. All I got to do is get this body smoothed up, get some of the mold lines out of it. We'll hit it with a guide coat of primer, see how that looks, and then we'll come back and go from there. But anyhow, I wanted to give y'all a little update on this one and let everybody know what's been going on. But we're looking forward, and we're going to have a great 2024 builds coming out of this shop in 2024. And I tell you what, I'm very excited about this. Got a couple of other builds planned here pretty soon, so y'all stay tuned. More to come on those as well. Anyhow, hope everybody has a great weekend. Remember, folks, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.